So today is Thursday, April 12th, 2018, and we're not doing a new lesson today. Today's learning goal is all about reviewing what you know about volume, okay? And a good chance for you to start reviewing what you know about volume is by seeing if you can solve today's problem of the day. But before we talk about today's problem of the day, let's talk a little bit about yesterday's exit ticket, okay? I'm going to zoom in so it's easier to read, but then I'll have to scroll like this, so bear with me. It says a storage shed is a rectangular prism and has the dimensions of 6 meters by 5 meters by 12 meters. Go ahead and jot that down because that's probably important information. The original storage shed is 6 meters by 5 meters by 12 meters. Next, Jean is going to double those dimensions. So write in your notebook, double those dimensions. So if the original dimensions were 6 meters by 5 meters by 12 meters, this is the original, what would the doubled dimensions be? What's double of 6? Everyone?
12.
Okay. What's double of 5?
10.
What's double of 12?
24.
Okay. Now, Jean's wondering, if I double the dimensions, am I also doubling the volume? Let's find out. How can we find the volume of the original structure? Well, we can do 6 times 5, which is what? 30. But when I multiply 6 meters by 5 meters, what kind of meters did I get? Square meters. So it's 30 square meters times 12 meters. What's 3 times 12? 36. So what's 30 times 12? 360. What kind of meters? So that's my original volume. Yes? Okay. Now let's find our doubled volume. Let's find the area first of 12 meters and 10 meters. What do I get? 120. What kind of meters? Times 24 meters. Okay. What's 12 times 24? What's 12 times 12?
144.
Yeah, that is. Is that helpful in finding 12 times 24? I don't know. Do the standard algorithm or do whatever you need to do in order to find 120 times 24. Good, so we get 2,880, what kind of units? Cubic meters. Okay. What's 360 times 2? What's double of 360? 360 times 2 is 720. So is this volume, this doubled volume, double the original volume?
No.
It's bigger than 720, isn't it? So what does this teach you? If you double the measurements, do you also double the volume? No, you more than double the volume. Why is that? Well, we had to multiply 6 times 2, and we had to multiply 5 times 2, and then we had to do 12 times 2 to get the doubled measurements. Do you agree? So how many times were we multiplying by 2?
8.
We're multiplying 8 times? We did 2 times 2 times 2. How many times did we multiply by 2? 3. What is 2 times 2?
4.
Times 2.
8.
Huh. How many times bigger is 2,880, our new volume, compared to 360? 8 times, because we actually multiplied by 2 3 times. Do you see that? Okay, so this problem of the day says there are 3 different choices for your storage needs. The first one's called a cube, the cube, and this is a true cube, meaning all 3 measurements are the same, with a volume of 64 cubic meters. That means that for the cube, we know that the volume is going to be exactly how many meters? What kind of meters, actually? Cubic meters. That means something times something times something is going to equal 64. Right? It has to be the same something. What times itself 3 times would equal 64? Sonatin?
4.
What's 4 times 4, guys?
16.
What's 16 times 4?
64.
So that means if I'm going to draw the cube, it's going to be a cube, a true cube, and it's going to be 4 meters by 4 meters by 4 meters. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have one called the double. That's going to be double the volume of the cube. Does it say that this one's a true cube?
No.
No. Okay. So if it has to be double the volume, does that mean it's 8 by 8 by 8?
No.
Would that give me double the volume of the cube?
No.
It can be how many times bigger? 8 times. Good. So this time, if we want to find the dimensions of the double, it has to be double the volume of 64. So the volume has to be 64 times what? 2. What is 64 times 2? 128 cubic meters. That means something times something times something is equal 128 cubic meters. This time it does not need to be a true cube, so your dimensions can be different. You just need to find 3 numbers that add up, that multiply to 128. I could do 128 by 1 by 1, but that's not a very good, unless you're packing like a poster, you probably wouldn't want a box like that, right? What's one way we could make a cube or a box, a rectangular prism, sorry, that has a volume of 128 cubic meters? Jaden?
64, 2 and 1.
So it could be 64 meters by 2 meters. Sorry, 2 meters by 1 meter. Okay, that's not the only option though. Tell your partner if you came up with a different option. Finally, we have a box called the half, and that needs to be half the volume of the cube. So in order to find the volume, I have to do 64, which is the volume of the cube, divided by what? 2, which is? 32. So now I have to find a box. I have to find measurements that could make something times something times something, where the length times the width times the height is going to equal exactly 32 cubic meters. What are some measurements that could give me a volume of 32 cubic meters? Subhan? Ooh, I could do 8 meters times 2 meters times 2 meters. Do you guys agree? Is that the only answer? Again, talk to your partner, see what other answers you can come up with.